Alright. Y'all, I'm gonna teach y'all what I'm learning. And what I'm learning is how to manifest my own damn reality. What do I even mean by that, bro? I mean being the creator of your own life. So, right now, I'm working a 9 to 5. And you know what? It's actually chill AF. I like it so far. It's my first week. I just got a job, but I know my dream is not no 9 to 5. Hey, keep it on the down low. But what I'm trying to say is, I want to build my own life, and I want to have my own success here on YouTube. And you gotta think in terms of like an abundant mindset. I've been learning a lot about this type of stuff. And this will all come full circle. So if you currently value yourself as you're not worthy of something, you know, I have a little exercise to even test if you think this way. So like a lot of y'all might think like, you know what? I think I'm worthy of stuff. Like I never think I'm not worthy of anything. Or maybe you do think you're not worthy of something, but here's a little test to see if you even think that thought in the first place. So I want you all to ask yourself, or just say out loud, I want blank. And think of something you actually want. I want 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And I literally laughed off of a reaction because in my deep down, I think I'm unworthy. But it's like, why? That's like how my brain was formed. But why even think that way? And when you think from a place of unworthiness, that's what you're going to manifest. You won't manifest what you desire and what you're looking for because it comes from that place of like, I don't deserve this or I'm not worthy of this. And like, let's take another example. You know, like maybe let's see. Maybe you're looking for a relationship. Maybe you're looking for a relationship right now. And you're like, oh no, like I'm not worthy of having a nice partner. Hey, yo, chill. I'm not worthy of having a partner that'll treat me right, that'll listen to me, that, you know, takes care of themselves, that is emotionally available, all this stuff. And so you choose somebody that's not that way because in your mind you think you're not worthy. Or you look for people that aren't that way because you don't think you deserve them. So you never approach that person or that girl or that boy or whatever who has those traits that you actually want in another partner. And this is like a subconscious level. So your body's like automatically doing this stuff. But so I want y'all to exercise with this. I want blank. I want success in money. I want it to come easily. And I'm having trouble saying this because I grew up being like, you need to work hard. You need to be in these fields. These are the only ways you are allowed to live, quote unquote allowed to live, because that's how it like forms in a young child's mind. And when you keep those thoughts and those ways of thinking in your head, you limit yourself. Because imagine, you know, we are all individuals. We're all unique. If we all did the same thing, that would be boring as hell. Imagine we all were programmers, or we're all construction workers, or we're all engineers, or we're all doctors. It just wouldn't work. Our society would collapse, and we're meant to do different things. That's what the beauty in it. And so now, imagine that you're trying to be like somebody else. Like you're forcing yourself to do something. You're trying to be another person. You're trying to go into a field that you just don't care about, or trying to do something you don't care about. And you're doing it from a place of, oh yeah, this is how I was taught, and this is how I'm supposed to live. And so I must just suffer through it. But like, imagine if you lived uniquely as much of you as you can be, and you built your own life, and you created your own world that you're happy in, and because you're so you, it's effortless. Like, that's what I'm imagining when I'm thinking of manifestation. Because like, why would you try to force something? That means you're going to your actions, if you're manifesting something that is hard, then you will take actions that are going to be hard. But if you're manifesting something and you want it to come easily, maybe you will do what's most naturally easy to you. So for example, like, I like health and fitness, and I like, I don't have trouble getting into shape. Honestly, I'm very satisfied with my physique and my overall health, my heart health and stuff. I feel pretty decent overall. But what comes naturally to me is lifting and nutrition. But what comes not naturally to me is MF running, bro. Running is like I am just not built for it. I enjoy the difficulty and challenge, but naturally it is hard as hell. And I do think there's benefits to getting uncomfortable and pushing yourself. There's like a different benefits. But when we're talking about like building a life that you want to build, I think there is some merit in trying to find what's the most natural for you instead of pushing against the grain. It's like a water flowing down a mountain is going to find the easiest path to flow down. But a water that's trying to go upstream, like you're forcing something. Like maybe you're not meant to go that path if you're really forcing it like that. And so I'm gonna circle back around to this. I want 1 million subscribers. It literally is hard for me to say that. I feel like I don't deserve it. It's like I'm greedy. Why 1 million? I don't deserve that. I'm not giving value that's worth 1 million. And because of that belief, I actually don't think this video is going to pop off in any means, because I have that belief still. But I want to make this video because this is like live action, how to manifest your dreams type shit. Like this is the type of, bro, I gotta take this nut. This is the type of thinking that's going through my head. And I'm trying to change this thinking. Oh gosh, I hope this is right. Okay. I'm trying to actively change this thinking. And I think with this belief, you will literally take different actions. I would probably talk differently. I would probably record this video with a different tone, perhaps, or just like the way my message comes across will be different if I believe I'm worthy of that subscriber count. And so I hope that this is helpful to see that live, and I encourage you to like, try this exercise, because you might just surprise yourself. Insert anything you want, literally, and just talk to yourself and be like, okay, I want a six-pack, and I want to be super jacked. I want to be able to run a marathon. I want, like, low-key, I'm naming things I think I can do, but then when you start naming things that you want but like are a little difficult, then you'll start to see the doubt come up in your head. And that's where you change your identity and your belief, because when you change your identity, it changes how you act. I've been mentioning this the past couple days. I've just been kind of passionate about it, and it's such a silly topic. But like literally gooning, bro. Like if you're gooning, bro, like what are you doing? I cannot think of a good reason to goon, honestly. If you're naming good reasons to goon, you're coping. You're actually huffing copium, bro. And if you just identify with not gooning, like, oh, I just am not a type of person that does that, it's gonna be a lot easier to stop gooning than you think. Because you're just like, every time you break that, you're breaking a part of who you are. And if you're not identifying strongly with something, then it's not gonna like work. And so that's why when I say something like, I want 1 million subscribers on YouTube, it makes me uncomfortable. But I think the more you expose yourself to those manifestations, and then the identity, like I am somebody who is either worthy of 1 million subscribers or who has 1 million subscribers. See, like, if it's hard, it comes out like it's hard to say. And so I really hope that y'all can find some sort of, you can like be aware of that doubt and that limiting belief in your head. And this is like the process of how to encourage yourself to grow in this way. And some side caveats is sometimes it'll take some training, like mental training. I meditate a fair amount, Like, there would be sprints in my life where I would meditate for either 10 to 45 minutes a day, and all of the training helps a lot be aware of how you're thinking and catching yourself, basically. It's like observing outside of yourself. So if you're so self-absorbed, and like, let's say you get self-absorbed in a suffering thought. Like, I was unemployed before this job I have now. I was unemployed for 2 years. It was very easy at times to slip into thinking like, I just suck, like I'm worthless, I'm not a great member to my family or to society, like I'm just not producing anything. This just I just must suck as a person. And it's very easy to slip in that thought, but when you meditate, you separate yourself and you're like, oh, in reality, I'm sitting in my room and nothing is like happening. Like literally I'm just breathing and existing. But in my head, I think I'm worthless. And then what ends up happening is you live that way. You live as if you're worthless. You start, walking with your head down, you're slumped over, you're extra tired because you don't think, like, everything seems too hard. You don't take care of your body because you're like, I'm not even worth taking care of. You talk differently. Literally your whole perspective and the way you live changes based on what's going on in here. And I've been looking into kind of like Eastern philosophy and thinking, and that's where it gets even more interesting, because when I talk about identity and identifying with these positive traits, at least in Eastern teaching, in the end, it's like accepting both halves of you in a way. Because in this positive mindset state, you're trying to basically only align with those identities, like, I'm worthy in this stuff. But in reality, you will always have those like negative traits as well in your head. And sometimes you'll believe them, and sometimes you'll fight them back and be like, no, like I am worthy. But it's not like they'll ever go away as a thing. It's when you train yourself, it's to a point where you don't have to jump and live in that identity of like, I'm not worthy, or I'm unworthy, or I don't deserve things. But right now, if you are somewhere like me where you want to strive for more, you want to live more as yourself and more as your best version of you, then you need to train the positive side, because the negative way of thinking has been so subconscious and automatic that you need to learn this positive side. But in the end, in Eastern teaching, they're like, you're just nothing. You're neither. You're neither, or you're both, or you're one, or you're the other. And if that doesn't make sense, maybe it will with time. But read Vagabond. It's a manga I highly recommend. Inside, I am empty, which means I'm infinite, basically. You'll understand that with time. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. That's all I have. I really hope this helped. I know, like, I'm not, in a place of pure confidence and I can't show you my success, but I'm going to show you the road I'm taking. This is what I'm learning actively. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope you can get an aha moment type shit. Yeah, anyways, have a blessed day. Peace.